Let's review NetDocuments for a minute. So basically, when we talk about NetDocuments, we're talking about document management for lawyers and law firms. Okay. So here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. So what is NetDocuments to start with? NetDocuments is a document management platform that lets you access your documents from anywhere, including mobile devices. So this is really good because you can actually access your documents from anywhere. So the flexibility is there right off the bat. And NetDocuments gives you a centralized repository so you can easily share documents with other members of your team and with clients. So not only can you access your documents really fast, you can also share those documents with all the key stakeholders, including internal clients. And so this type of software is a must-have for any remote paperless practice. And so what we love about NetDocuments here is that you have a scalability process that's really good here. And this is a cloud-based tool, so you don't have to install anything. Just log on to your computer, and you are good to go. Okay. And in terms of some of the disappointments we have is that you do need to actually reach out to them for pricing. So you have custom pricing, which means that sometimes it's more expensive, at least based on our experience. This software is not for solos in our view, and there is no secure fetch. Okay. And so in terms of services offered, you have document management and you have document automation. And apps, you have Android, you have iOS, you have web, Mac OS, and you have Windows. In terms of some integrations that you have with NetDocuments, you have Clio, you have Action Step, you have Practice League, you have Legal Sense, and you have DocuSign. And what I want to say here is that obviously this is not an exhaustive list of all the features you can have within NetDocuments. But what I want to say here is that they're constantly sort of adding new functionalities to their software all the time. So whatever I'm telling you today, this was as of the date of this show. This is what our people are, let's say, agreed on as of the date of this show. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation, and the conversation will be around NetDocuments. So this is a NetDocuments review. What are the features you need to pay attention to? When we talk about NetDocuments, we're talking about a constellation of features, okay? And so if you are in an environment of a collaborative energy and synergy, you really want to use a tool such as NetDocuments, especially because like in the post-COVID era, some people are not going to the office. Some lawyers are not going to the office. They're working from home. So you want to have a tool such as NetDocuments to streamline the whole operations. And so in terms of core features, you have like anything around management and document automation. So first of all, there is no free trial with NetDocuments. Okay, they don't have a free trial right now, and it's one of those things where they want you to give your number first, and then they will call you, or they'll send you what they want to send you. And so this you do have an open API though. So an open API means what? It means that NetDocuments has an application programming interface that will allow you to directly integrate with other software programs such as your firm's timekeeping, accounting, or custom relationship management software. This is kind of cool, and that API is being updated all the time. So there's no effort spared when it comes to upgrading that API tool. You also have version control within NetDocument. This is really cool. So you are able to you're able to get information on document revisions and making sure that you are using the most recent version of a template. So this is kind of cool. And in terms of encryption, that possibility is available within NetDocuments. You also have built-in e-signing. This is kind of cool. So again, we're talking here about a native integration to NetDocuments, so you can really process your application. I mean, process your activities, your business, or even conduct business in a very native, in a very secure and reliable ecosystem. What about OCR? Yes, you do have OCR within NetDocuments. So OCR stands for what? Optical character recognition. So you're able to actually parlay the latest technology and use an OCR to know exactly where you are at. So it's all about litigating proper. It's all about getting the resources you need. It's all about making the right decision as to whether or not you want to continue actually like in the specific niche that you're in or not. It has to be profitable to you, otherwise it's not worth it. Also, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about NetDocuments. Let's talk about metadata scrubbing. So this is another feature you have in NetDocuments. And the cool thing about metadata scrubbing here is that you are able, again, to contact all kinds of clients and really sort of boost your revenue profitably. Boost your revenue in a profitable manner. You also have document management and document templates. So the document management program creates reusable templates, and document templates are really needed, especially if you are a really busy law firm that's constantly juggling, say, 10 or 15 cases simultaneously. And it's one of those things where you want to really avail yourself of document templates. So basically, your lawyers are not going to rewrite and all the time the most important documents they use for work. So this is really important if you want to boost creativity. You also can actually there are court forms are available within NetDocuments. So court forms are kind of important because especially if you are actually practicing, if your law firm is intervening in multiple jurisdictions, you want to make sure that you have the latest court forms. You want to have the latest court information. You want to have the latest everything. Okay, it's not just about getting info from your local blog. It's really about getting a constant flow of data from a party who are interested in the whole idea of document management, the whole idea of court form management. Now, one thing I also want to say here is that when it comes to NetDocuments and scalability, you might have to budget extra, because even though I said you don't need to pay for more, you might actually need to pay NetDocuments for certain things around integration, certain things around, let's say, exclusivity. So why should they give this to you versus to somebody else? Okay, it's one of those things where you got to ask yourself, why? So long story short, you have NetDocuments that's really clear in terms of what they can do and the features they don't have as of now. And see, everything is as of the date of this show. It could be changing tomorrow. Who knows? Let's talk about guided interviews. So guided interviews are actually part of NetDocuments. This is really fantastic. So basically, you can create a guided interview and then use the client's answers to automatically create a document. So NetDocuments create, like, really sort of favors that flexibility, and you are able to do all kinds of activities through NetDocuments in that manner. And you also have conditional logic. So we love that a lot also. And so basically, if NetDocuments uses conditional logic, or if you use it through it, this means that you can choose to have certain text in your assembled documents included only under certain conditions. And what about tables? Well, tables, NetDocuments can generate tables of any size and place them in your assembled documents. So again, this is actually a tool that you probably might have seen in other situations. And also, calculations are also really important within NetDocuments, especially when we talk about anything around numerical or text input. Having that calculation is really key, because that's what really underlies your profitability, your law firm's profitability. Okay, so obviously when we talk about the calculating stuff, we start first with the price, because you want to make sure that your price is really worth it, is really there for you before you actually engage into something else. Okay, and it's one of those things where you have to also ask yourself, is this really working for me? Also, you have conditional logic. So conditional logic is really cool. Now, one thing I need to say here is that we love the calculations that NetDocuments does. So basically, the software can perform calculations based on numerical or text input. One thing I want to say about the numerical or text input is that when your law firm is working on multiple jurisdictions or multiple cases or multiple matters, having this numerical input and that text input and having software to automatically calculate it is really cool. and the software can use OCR technology, so optical, optical, I'm just blanking right now, but OCR technology, and it's one of those things where you have to make sure that you have optical character recognition. I got it. So you have that within NetDocuments. Also, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about NetDocuments. This is a NetDocuments review. Let's talk about the specs here. So when you think about NetDocuments, what are the specs you need to really pay attention to? The thing is that, first of all, you are able to have more than 5 organizations per day. So you are able to really know exactly what's really happening within all the clusters, all the operational clusters within your firm. You have uncompromising security. So that's what we love a lot. What we love about NetDocuments is that they are constantly sort of solidifying their security features, and you are able to actually like use the tool to do all kinds of things. The company has been around for 20 years. Can you imagine that? So they've been supporting legal professionals for 30, 40 years, but the company itself, that software has been around for 20 years, for over 20 years. So they're really well positioned to deliver the solutions you need at scale. And so they're giving you solutions that inspire productivity. So you are able to have all the built-in tools, seamless integrations, and open APIs to enable endless opportunities for you to streamline and basically see exactly what will work for you. And so this is really good. And everything I'm telling you, this is coming from one platform. You don't have to download multiple platforms to actually use the service. Not at all. You have one platform and that's it. And everything comes from that platform. In terms of integrations, they have about 100 to 150. Okay, but it could be way more if you use a third-party app such as Zapier, or if you open up like the API. Okay, so if you open up NetDocuments API, you are sure that you will have third parties who will integrate with the software tool a lot better and a lot faster too. So this is really cool in terms of having an API that's really open. One thing I also want to say here is that you have to, before you actually ask anything to NetDocuments, please make sure that you have a clear idea about your law firm's mission, about your law firm's vision before you start any conversation. Let me talk to you about the extras here. So when we talk about NetDocuments, we need to understand that NetDocuments really it's a really a scalable software tool and priced competitively. They do not actually provide public pricing for their products. Okay, instead they encourage you to schedule a product demo or as a conversation starter. And so it's one of those things where they have to really understand what's working for you and what's not working for you. So you're able to use the NetDocuments to actually track, store, share, and collaborate on documents internally and with clients or other third parties from any location at various digital devices, and including laptops, tablets, and even phones. So this is really good. So you're able to access control features that ensure that only one person at a time edits a document, although multiple people can open read-only copies. Okay, and everyone always works from the same current version. So you have the asset builder and pattern builder. Those add-ons are really key because they ease the document preparation and delivery process. Bottom line is you are making more money. This is good news. Bottom line, you are really solidifying your clientele. This is really cool. And bottom line is you are able to manage your leads, your leads or your, let's say, your overall contacts in a streamlined fashion that allows you to make more money. So you can actually monetize everything that you have. Okay. And NetDocuments integrates with many top LPMS vendors, including ActionStep, Adherent, Adval Logix, Carrot Legal, Clio, and Tabs 3. So this is really good. And NetDocuments is very easy for lawyers to use. Nothing complicated here. Okay. And so they offer OCR. That's what I was just searching earlier. OCR technology, optical character recognition technology. And so this allows law firms to make all the documents in their system searchable, so you are able to use NetDocuments in that capacity. And you can actually your law firm can actually use your own platforms, your own templates, or use third-party templates, including NetDocuments templates. So this is kind of cool. The flexibility is still there anyway. Let's talk about the value added here. So when you think about value added, you have to think about the fact that within NetDocuments, you have integration with Outlook. Okay, so within NetDocuments, Office 365 add-in, you can manage and store documents within Outlook. And this tight integration with Outlook means that attorneys can file client communication right from the application instead of manually moving it to storage in a client file. And NetDocuments will make suggestions as to where to file an email based on the sender, the subject line, and attachments. What about Document Set? Well, Set Builder is an add-on program for NetDocuments that assembles multi-documents sets into a single PDF with a shareable link. This is useful for attorneys who routinely work with large numbers of documents, such as real estate lawyers handling a closing, so that can save time and reduce the cost. And the thing is that, especially if you can really see exactly what happens and anticipate it, you will love this software tool here. What about the pricing? I want you to look on the screen here, and basically, let's see the pricing here. You can see that NetDocuments want you to contact them. They want you to pick up the phone and contact them and start a conversation. So they do not want to really share their data publicly. You might need to contact them to really get the answers. So this is really what it is. And the thing is, for you, is it really worth it, or it's not worth it? One thing I want to say here is that remember that you do have a tool within NetDocuments called Set Builder. This is basically an add-on program for NetDocuments that assembles multi-document sets into a single PDF with the shareable link. This to us is really, really cool. That's why I said it before. I'm saying it again. So this is really important. This is useful for attorneys who routinely work with large numbers of documents, if you will, and such as real estate lawyers handling a closing. I mean, I think I wanted to insist on that because I've said this before, but I want to bring this home now to really explain to you that the kind of target audience we are searching here are people like me. They are like you. They're really business owners, and it's really important to understand why they need a piece of data in a certain way, in a certain category. This will always give you some kind of insight, insight behind their decision. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Into this conversation, I was just talking to you about NetDocuments. This was a review, so I give you the overview, the features, the specs, the extras, the value added, and the pricing. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.